This is block diagram example. You all are asking, what is block diagram? So this is block diagram. How can you explain your project in different blocks? Okay, yeah. So the block diagram of PLL, it has phase detector, low pass filter, and voltage control oscillator. The main things, main blocks of the PLL. And PLL, what is the definition of PLL? It is nothing but a phase lock loop. What is its application? Its application is to lock the output frequency. Output frequency, it has to lock the output frequency and the phase to the input frequency and the phase. For what it is used for? It is used for the demodulation application, where we want to use it. Suppose you are transmitting any signal and then you have to get that frequency. So that for that it is used for, to get that frequency back. So this is nothing but locking the output frequency and the phase to the input frequency and phase. And the main application is demodulation. So PLL is available in a single package. You can see this is IC. This is one of the IC which is used for PLL. There are different ICs in numbers 560, 561, 562, 564, 565, and 567. What is 566? We have seen that 566 is the VCO. So which we are going to study is 565. And the main block diagram is this. There's an amplifier here that is left here. Amplifier is here. Yeah. So these are the main blocks of this. Now individually, you know what is phase detector doing. You can see here. The phase detector will subtract this input and output. It compares the input and the output frequency and the phase. It gives the output. The output is called as error signal. So the two inputs to a phase detector are input voltage Vs, that is Vi at the frequency Fi, and VCO output. This is VCO output is given here. VCO output, the voltage is V0 and the frequency is F0. Now phase detector, what it does, it compares these two voltages. One second. And what it does, it produces a DC voltage. It produces a difference between these two. It produces a DC voltage which is proportional to the phase difference. Why this is phase detector? It will differentiate. It will difference the phase of these two signals, and it will give the error output. The output is called as VER. It's called as error voltage. You can see this is VER. So the phase detector will compare the phase of the input and phase of the output, and the output will be the error voltage. Now this error voltage is applied to a low pass filter. Why? Because there will be some high frequency noise at the phase detector output, and it is passed through a low pass filter to remove that high frequency noise and produces a ripple free DC voltage. So here you will get a ripple free DC voltage. You know, a noise is always at higher frequency as compared to the signal. So a low pass filter is must here to remove that, so that we can get a ripple free DC voltage. So here will be ripple free DC voltage. Then there is the amplifier. Your amplifier is there. So DC voltage is then applied to an amplifier so that it can be amplified to an adequate level, and then it is applied to VCO. And VCO we have studied already. You know about VCO. VCO is voltage control oscillator, which was the last topic we have done, and the IC number is 566, which we have done. So VCO is nothing but which converts the voltage to frequency, right? So output frequency is proportional to the input voltage. So you can see here this amplifier will amplify the signal. So this DC voltage is applied to VCO, and the frequency this VCO, the output frequency of VCO will be directly proportional to the input voltage of the VCO. Now when this output frequency is coming, it is to be fed back to the phase detector, so that it can be adjusted such that this frequency and this voltage will be same. And it is not done in one go. It is done slowly and slowly. And once it is get locked, we can call that the frequency is locked. So there are three phases here, three states. So there will be three states. The first one will be free running. where your output will not be same as the input frequency. It will be free running. Second will be capture range. What will be there in capture range? Capture range, the frequency of the input and the frequency of the output signal is compared by the phase detector, and it starts, and the feedback is done such that it starts adjusting to the input. It brings closer to fs, that is capture range. And third one is when f naught will become equal to fs, that is called as lock range, phase lock range. Is my voice clear? There's some network issue,
Yes,
that's why
ma'am.
I'm asking. Yeah. So this is called phase lock. So there are three states. One is free running. Just when we start, it will be free running so that the output signal and input signal are subtracted to get the error signal. And by seeing the error signal, the fs is adjusted to go closer to fi. That is called the capture range. And the phase lock is that when f naught will become to fi. That is called the phase lock state. So these are the three states, and this is the block diagram of PLL. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now there are three definitions which we should know. What are the three definitions? They are lock-in range, capture range, because we are talking about three states. So I'll just add one PPT here. One second. So there are now three definitions which are very important when we are talking about this one block diagram. So we know now block diagram what should be there. So there are three definitions. One is lock-in range. Now you know what is capture and phase lock and free running states. So that one is lock-in range. What happens once the PLS? What is lock-in range? When the output frequency is same as input frequency, that we call that the PLL is locked, and the frequency is fixed. Then once the PLL is locked, it can track the frequency changes in come. What happens when we say that F naught is equals to Fi? That means this PLL is locked. We say PLL is locked. And now, anytime if you change the input frequency, anytime if you change the signal, the PLL can track the frequency changes in incoming signal. So the range of frequencies over which PLL can maintain lock within incoming signal is called lock-in range. So this is lock-in, and when the frequency is changed, it can track the frequency. We can say PLL can track the frequency changes in input signal. And the range to which it can track is called as lock-in range. So we can say the range of frequencies, the range of frequency which it can track, or we can say over which PLL can maintain lock. Because when I say tracks, it can maintain lock, is called lock-in range. And it is nothing but defined as percentage of change in frequency upon FO. What is FO? FO is the logged frequency. So this is lock-in range. Similarly, we have capture range. So when I say capture range, what do you mean by capture? And I told there is a capture state. So same way capture range. So the range of frequencies over which the PLL can lock with an input signal is called the capture range. See, I want to say that there is a range of frequency to which the PLL can lock to is called a capture range. So it is nothing but the range of frequencies. It is always range. When I say it is frequency range over which PLL can acquire lock, with an input signal, is called capture range. It is again defined in percentage change upon FO. Percentage means change in frequency upon FO into 100. Is nothing but change in frequency upon f naught into 100. Same way here. That is capture range, right? And now what is pull in time? The three definitions which we should know. What is pull in time? So the total time taken by PLL to obtain the lock is called as pull in time. So total time taken by PLL to obtain the lock. To obtain, or we can say to establish the lock, is called pull in time. Right? And also this always will depend, this will not be fixed. This will always depends on the initial phase and frequency difference between two signals, as well as on overlap loop gain. So it will always depend on the initial frequency and phase, and also on overall loop gain and all the loop filter characteristics. Okay, so you can see this block diagram next. This one is the functional diagram. That was the block diagram that we are showing without any input pin and all. This is called block diagram. And when I say functional diagram, I have to show the connection with all input pins and all. So there are two inputs. This is phase detector. Phase detector had inputs, and this is there are two inputs. That is that this is, you see, this is one input and one is feedback. This is input and this is VCO output actually. So this is nothing but this 5 pin number 5. So this is VCO comparator VCO input. Actually this VCO output should be connected here, but this is not connected. It is O short open, so that we have to connect when we are using this. So this is pin number 5. That is actually, this has to be connected. I can show it in dots. Yeah. And you can see here VCO when we studied, if you remember, we had the pins for RT and CT to have a triangular and square waveform, if you remember. So this 8 and 9 is nothing but VCO pins, where you have RT and CT, and we have amplifier. After phase detector you have amplifier, and amplifier has two outputs. One is through filter. This is filter, low pass filter. I have shown you block diagram में low pass filter. So RC is a low pass filter, and this is reference output without filter output, and this with filter output. This is that's why this is called as demodulated output, and this is reference output. Okay, now we know VCO we have studied. What is the output of VCO? What is, anyway, tell me what is F naught of VCO? Because if I say F naught of VCO, that is output of VCO frequency, and we have derived also when we were studying in the last lecture. What was the output frequency of VCO? Yes, anyone? VCO का frequency कितना आता है? We have done the derivation also. 1 by, we have taken 7 by 8 VCC, if you remember, pin number 5 पे for constant this voltage, and we got something as F naught. What was that F naught? I have to take back to you that PPT. This one, see this one. This we have, what we have done, if you remember, VCO ka VCO output we have derived as F naught equals to 0.25 upon RTCT. What is 0.25 upon RTCT? Nothing but 1 upon 4 RTCT. This we have derived for VCO, remember? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so this one only we are going to use here now. That F naught of the VCO is fixed. That is F naught is 1 by 4 RTCT. Okay, F naught is fixed now, where RT and CT are nothing but the external resistors connected to pin number 8 and 9. And CT, through CT you are going to get the triangular wave. So at CT you are going to get a triangular wave, this one. And the frequency of this wave only we have got this as 1 F naught equals to 1 by 4 RTC. If you remember, हमने ऐसा CT निकाला था, and this is nothing but 0.5 VCC and this is 0.25 VCC. हमने prove किया था ऐसा कि what is the time of this difference between that, and this is total time 2 del t, and 2 del t से हमने F naught निकाला. So this is F naught is 1 by 4 RTCT. Okay, so this is nothing but we can say that's a center frequency which has to be locked with the input. So this is center frequency at the output of the VCO, Now we have seen that PLL is internally broken. You can see 5 and 4 pin should be shorted actually as per the block diagram, but it is internally broken and it is not connected internally. We have to connect it externally. So we have to short it when we are using it. Okay, so a short circuit between pin 4 and 5 will connect the VCO output. This is VCO output to phase comparator input. There are phase comparator, there are two inputs. One of the input is we are giving directly and one is the coming from VCO output. So we have to short it. Okay, now pin number 7 is connected to a low pass filter. Pin number 7 is nothing but the output is connected to a low pass filter, and pin number 6 is the reference output without low pass filter. Okay, so this is PLL which is shown here, and now you know the operation also, see how it is done. So phase detector will give you the difference. This is nothing but the difference of phase between input and the VCO output, and it will amplify. Amplifier will be given to a low pass filter, and this is the reference output, and the left low pass filter output is given to the VCO. You can see this is connected to VCO. लो पास फिल्टर के बाद जो आएगा वो जाएगा VCO. This is VCO and VCO input. This is VCO input and VCO output is going back to your. Is the functional diagram clear? This is NESE 565. So this is functional diagram. Remember that. And that was earlier which I have shown, that is just a block diagram without any input pins and all. And this is functional diagram. Any doubts in this?
Ma'am, can you go to the slide with the definitions of
Yes.
pull-in main?
So this is the definition: lock-in range, capture range, and pull-in time. So if I just repeat, lock-in range is a PLL can track frequency changes in input signal, we know. So the range of frequencies which PLL can maintain lock is called lock-in range. Because as the frequency will change, it will try to change the frequency, but there is some range where it tries to maintain the lock, and that is called as your lock-in range. And capture range of frequencies over which PLL can acquire lock with an input signal. It's called as capture range. And pull-in time, the total time taken by PLL to establish the lock is called pull-in time. So just I want to say that this type of questions are mainly asked in theory question, that is question number last one, if you remember, short notes and all, or it can be combined to some of the important questions with some 4 or 5 marks. So don't miss it. It has only definitions, and if you remember the block diagram, you can write. You can write some at least for 4 to 8 marks or 4 to 5 marks of this content. The next is lock-in range. Derivation is there, but in your syllabus derivation is orientation. They have told that they will not going to ask derivation, so I'll give you directly the value. If you want, I can derive also, but the derivation is very big, and if you want, if you are interested in this topic, I can share with you the notes also. But I'll just give you the values here of lock-in range and capture range, and then we'll go to the next topic. Yes, if it is done, can I go to the next slide?
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
let me know. Yes, so I think I should give you the formula of lock-in range. Lock-in range. And anyone interested can ask me, I'll give you the derivation also. So lock-in range, as I define lock-in range is given as, actually it is given as kV into k phi A into pi. So A is nothing but the gain of amplifier. What is A? A is gain of amplifier. Which amplifier? Which we have shown as kV. What is kV? kV is voltage to frequency transfer coefficient. I'll write clearly. Frequency transfer coefficient of the VCO, and K phi is the phase angle to voltage transfer coefficient of the phase detector. Now, what is actually, you see when I say phase detector, so that you will not have problem in remembering this formula. Phase detector. What is the input in phase detector? Can anyone tell me what is the input and what is the output? When we say inputs are 2 and we say the output here, we say output. Output is depending, we have just seen a definition that output is depending on the difference between the phase of these two. If I say this is phi 1, this is phi 2, what is VE? VE is nothing but some constant K and phi 1 minus phi 2. All of you agree? What is the definition of phase detector? That it nothing but it finds the comparison between the phase of input and the second input, right? Now when I write VE, what will be VE? It will be nothing but K into phi 1 minus phi 2. Then what is this K? This K is nothing but called as K phi. Why we are calling it as K phi? Because K phi is nothing but it is phase angle to voltage transfer coefficient.
Ma'am, why will it be minus?
Because we are subtracting, no? We are finding the difference so that we can bring it closer. Jitna error kam hoga, utna they are coming closer to each other. If error is more, that means we have to make closer to that. If error is less positive, when the error is positive, we want to make it closer. When the error is negative, we want to bring it, means we have to just take it ahead, means further. So what they are saying that we are seeing the difference between these phases. So this we are calling it as K phi. That's why the name is K phi. What is it? It is nothing but phase angle to voltage transfer coefficient.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So this is phase detector. That's why the name is K phi. Next, when I say VCO, what is the VCO? Input of VCO is voltage and output is frequency. So when you remember, if you see, whenever we write the frequency here, if I say the frequency is the change in frequency, output is proportional to VC. VC what? Input voltage. So when I write F here, it will be equals to some constant into V, right? VCO. So what is this K? This K will be called as KV. Why? Because this is nothing but voltage to frequency transfer coefficient. Like this is phase angle to voltage. This is phase angle and this is voltage. So we are calling it as KV, K phi. This is voltage to frequency. That's why the name we are given as voltage to frequency. Voltage to frequency. So this is voltage to frequency. So the name is KV is voltage to frequency transfer coefficient of VCO. And K phi is phase angle to voltage transfer. So this is I've shown for phase detector, and this KV I've shown for VCO. So the formula of lock-in range is KV into K phi A into pi. So you will not get derivation in all the books. So if you want, you can ask me, I can give you that later. If you want, I can take it also, but that will take one more lecture for the derivation. And you don't have in syllabus, they will not ask you in the exam. But you should know the formula at least. So KV, K phi, A into pi, that is lock-in range. And lock-in range, how it comes? कैसे derive होता है actually? You see, we just go ahead with the block diagram one by one. This is your input and this is nothing but K phi यहाँ पे है और यहाँ पे तुम्हारा phi 1 है, यहाँ पे phi 2 है. So we write down this as K phi 1 minus phi 2. then go ahead passing through a low pass filter, then go ahead with project. तो यहाँ पे kV k5 and amplifier यहाँ पे एक gain है तो वो भी add हो जाता है, and then you have again phi 1 minus phi 2 and you some capture range and मिला के तुम्हारा formula आता है kV into k5 into A into pi. Clear? Lock in range.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. The next one is capture range. Just take one new slide. One second. Yeah. Next is capture range. So these two formulas you have to remember. Lock-in range क्या आया? kV into k5 into A into pi. Capture range you will get as, one second. Yes. So capture range is given as 2 del FL into F1. 2 del FL into F1, where your del FL, is nothing but, here we are writing here, where your this FL we are calling na, this is nothing but lock-in range. 2 del FL is lock-in range, अभी हमने निकाला, and the value equals to kV into k5 into A into pi. We know this is lock-in range, and what is F1? F1 is nothing but the low pass. F1 is nothing but the cutoff frequency of, or 3 dB frequency of a low pass filter. Because it will depend on the low pass filter capture range. 3 dB frequency of low pass filter. So this is named as 2 del FC, because capture range when we are calling, we have to see minus FC plus FC. So FC minus FC is 2 del FC, and this is capture range. We are del FL we already have obtained. This is nothing but lock-in range, and kV, k5, A pi, and Fn is the cutoff frequency of a low pass filter. The derivation is not very tough, but it is lengthy, and just if you want you can do it. Yes, also F1, when I'm writing a cutoff frequency, I can just take it ahead a little bit. F1 is nothing but cutoff frequency, so I can write that as 1 by 2 pi RC. F1 is nothing but, you know, cutoff frequency of any RC filter is 1 by 2 pi RC. F1 is 1 by 2 pi RC. So I can write 2 del FC equals to 2 times root of del FL upon 2 pi RC. At del FL I know. What is my del FL? My del FL equals to kV k5 A into pi by 2. I don't like just giving the formulas like this. I always take derivation, but due to your syllabus I am not taking. This is very lengthy, and otherwise I don't like this. I should give directly the formulas. Okay, so this is your lock-in range and this is your capture range. Any doubts? You have to remember two formulas, lock-in range and capture range. So this is your PLL done. Now we'll see the application of PLL. If any doubts, please ask. I'll give you just 1 minute to see and think for it. Any doubts? Yes, Ganesh, why you are not answering? I am asking you question. Is any problem? Ganesh and Gaurav.
Yes, ma'am.
क्या हुआ? मैं पूछ रही हूँ, तुम आंसर ही नहीं कर रहे हो.
मैम वो नेटवर्क इशू था.
Okay. How your studies going on? Yes. Have you done your SS का project?
Yes, ma'am.
क्या है topic? Yes. Topic
Ma'am,
क्या है तुम्हारे?
convolution.
Convolution. Scilab में क्या है?
हाँ मैम, साइलैब में किया.
Okay. Okay, so no doubt, can we go ahead? Next topic.
Yes, ma'am.
The next is FSK demodulator using PLL. The last topic of this unit, unit number 6. I think FSK you must have done in PCOM, PCE, frequency shift keying, demodulator using PLL. So what is FSK? What is FSK? Dhruv? Dhruv?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, क्या है FSK? Can you explain me? Just in simple language, whatever you have understood, what is FSK? तुमको जो लैंग्वेज में समझ में आया बताओ. हो गया ना? फ्रीक्वेंसी शिफ्ट कीइंग इन पीसी में हुआ होगा ना? फ्रीक्वेंसी शिफ्ट कीइंग.
No, ma'am.
नो, एफएसके नहीं हुआ है पीसी में. ओके, अच्छा ठीक है. सो व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय फ्रीक्वेंसी शिफ्ट कीइंग? Actually, what is frequency shift keying? It is nothing but the carrier frequency will be shifted to either FH or FL depending on whether binary 1 or 0 is to be transmitted. So when I say ki binary 1 is to be transmitted, then the carrier frequency will be shifting to FH. That means high frequency 1 ke liye. And when I say FL, 0, binary 0 has to be transmitted. Binary 0 has to be transmitted. Then the carrier frequency will be shifted to FL, high lower frequency. This is nothing but frequency shift keying in simple, very simple language. That binary 1 FH, higher frequency, binary 0 FL. So actually FSK is used in computer peripherals and wireless communications of binary data input. So binary data ke liye, say 1 when we 1 has to be transmitted, then the carrier frequency will be shifted to FH, and 0 FL. So when we see the higher frequency, we say 1 is transmitted. That means the 1 was transmitted. And similarly, when we see the lower frequency, we say 0 was transmitted. Is that clear? When I say frequency shift keying, that means when I say frequency shift keying with a key is 1 or 0, your frequency is shifted. Why it is called as frequency shift keying? That with a switch, a key, when a key is closed, that is 1, on, binary 1, the frequency will be increased. When the key is open, the switch is off, the frequency is less, that is, it is shifted to the FL. Is that clear? Can I explain you how we can implement this using PLL? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this PLL block diagram, you know. So this is the functional diagram where extra things are there to generate FSK. So this is PLL 565. You know about PLL. So I'm not going to explain you in detail what is PLL. You know PLL 8 is connected to RT, तो ये RT पे connected है. 9 is connected to CT, CT से connected है. 2 is input. Input is nothing but here input. I have written FSK input because we are going to use as FSK demodulator. So 2 is input. ये हटा दो FSK अभी थोड़ी देर के लिए. And then 7 is through filter, we know, and 6 is reference. This is reference. This is reference output, and this is through filter. This is through filter. Right. So this is functional diagram. What extra is there is this comparator. This is extra. So how we can implement? Once again, I add one slide here to explain you in detail. Yeah. So there is only one comparator which is added with the PLL, right? So I'll explain you first the easiest way, the block diagram way, and then we'll go to that. So we have a phase detector. Wait. We have a low pass filter. We have amplifier, and then it goes to VCO. We know. First, I am drawing the block diagram of your PLL, and then I'll explain you with FSK. And this is the input, and this is VI FSK signal. Then we have a low pass filter. There again one low pass filter and reference output. Yes. So this is our phase detector, as you know. This is FSK signal and this is VCO output. This is low pass filter. This is amplifier. This is one more low pass filter, and this is comparator. Yes. Now what happens? You see, this is nothing but your PLL. The PLL is connected to a comparator. There are two inputs. This is your output, and this is the reference output. Now what happens? You see, if the input frequency to be FH, which is higher than the frequency. See, there are two frequencies, FH or FL. Right. Now for the input frequency, when I say this FSF, demodulation we are doing, right? So when the input frequency is FH, and this is FH, and this is FH, this will be FH, right? And this is a reference output. We say this is the reference output, already reference output. So when I say that this frequency will be FH, that is a higher than the free running frequency of VCO. This is a higher running, this is a free running frequency of VCO, something F0, and this is FH. Then when this is higher than this, what will be the output? Yes, what will be the output when FH is higher than F0? What will be the output? Output will be 1. And when the frequency which you are transmitting is lower frequency FL, which is it is compared with the free running frequency of VCO, that is F0. So when this is less than this, the output will be 0. So what you are doing, you are using, see, we are demodulating it, opposite of what I explained you, that when 1 has to be transmitted, the frequency has to be FH. When 0 has to be transmitted, the frequency has to be FL. So if we want to do opposite, that means we are saying that when the signal has frequency FH, the output has to be 1. And when the frequency is FL, the output has to be 0. So this way, what we can do is that PLL, when the frequency is FH, we are taking one more output here and connecting to a comparator, and the negative terminal we are getting the F0, and comparison of these two will give you 1 or 0. So the comparator output will be 1 if FH is greater than F0, that means this frequency is greater than F0, we are calling it as FH, and when the frequency is less than F0, we are calling it as FL, so that time the output will be 0. So if I say, if you explain you in this way, so this is the PLL. What is here extra, what is in functional diagram we can see. is that the capacitor coupling at input 2, this capacitor coupling C2, is used to remove the DC level. यहाँ पे जो भी DC level रहेगा FS के input पे वो remove करके it will give you only the FH or FL frequency, right? So this will be giving you the without DC signal. Now when we apply FSK signal at input, it gets locked to input frequency. It gets locked to input frequency, and VCO it will lock, and the VCO will track the input frequency between two frequencies FH and FL. एक बार वो lock हो गया, तो this frequency will be F0. Now it will be tracking only. This is called locked frequency. This is F0. Once it is locked to carrier frequency, then when we increase the frequency, it will track the FH or FL. Okay, and why this 3 is given? This is 3-stage low pass filter. This is for removing the carrier component for the output from the output. तो यहाँ से देखो ये वाला रेफरेंस आउटपुट है, यहाँ पे कैरियर कंपोनेंट है, यहाँ पे कैरियर कंपोनेंट हटा देंगे थ्रू लो पास फिल्टर, विल गेट ओनली FH और FL. And then it is compared with this frequency. These two frequencies are compared in the comparator, and you get the output. It will be either 1 or 0. And when the input frequency, when this one input frequency will be FH, which is higher than the free running frequency, the VCO control voltage will be produced, that is FH minus F0 by K. See, when I am saying that my frequency is this one, 7th one is changing, your VCO output is also changing, that is controlling your input of the phase detector. Right? So this is way, this is FSK is demodulated here. This is FSK is demodulated at this point. Is it clear? Any doubts? So this is a basic block diagram of the FSK demodulator, and then you can show the functional diagram using. And this one I'm writing a low pass filter. This you can write a 3-stage low pass filter. Yes, any doubts?